Yeah. I got to figure out how to do that, Brandon. People are up in their game and they're creating really cool backgrounds.
I
I
can,
just
Oh,
can't do it.
I can do it on my phone. I can't do it on my computer.
Yeah.
So
sorry guys. I'm in San Fran right now, man.
I love it.
It's a little foggy there, huh?
It's a little foggy, man. A little overcast, but it's beautiful out here, man. I mean,
Awesome. We'll get started. Welcome to week 4 at Work From Home. And we've got Austin. Good seeing you again. It's been a couple of weeks. You've been busy.
Yeah, it's been crazy busy, man. Just training still, doing some work as well. So I just got to kind of stay ready. They're going to hopefully line me up for a fight in July. So I've been busy training and working. Yeah.
What kind of fight?
Sin Rogers new. Tell me a little bit
Mixed
about
martial arts, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can run away from
it's
you,
crazy.
but I can't stand there and fight you, I don't think.
So what is it going to look like? Where are you going to fight? And is it per weight class, or what's it going to look like?
Yeah, so I fight at 170. So I cut about 10 pounds to get to my weight class. And it's going to be down in Texas most likely because they're obviously a hotter climate. So I think they're opening up things a little sooner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they have a pretty decent regional promotion there. So I'm just going to go down there and fight probably in July.
Awesome. I'm going to cut 50 pounds and I'm going to get that 170 class. I've got 2 months and I got to train hard. 53 pounds.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to train with you.
That would be fun.
And Roger knows Kelsey. And Brandon, tell us a little bit yourself for Roger. And then we'll have Roger tell us about himself.
all right. I'm Brandon. I'm personal trainer. Kind of got on with Shackley with Kelsey. Saw that she did it, and she did the Prove It challenge, and she's been like nudging me, and you know what? And I saw the results from her, and I'm like, all right. So that's and talking with you guys, and decided to get on board.
Are you guys all in Colorado?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Awesome.
And these guys we know because of Kelsey.
Yeah.
So Kelsey's the ringleader.
Having the conversations, Kelsey, right?
Yeah.
We've had that conversation, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Roger, go ahead and tell us. We're here to let you speak and share your heart and a little vision for us as well.
And we're going to record because I know there's a couple people that couldn't get on and they might peek in. But yeah, we'll record it too because I wanted to send this to a couple people that asked me. For sure.
Cool. Right on. Well, I feel like I'm in really great company because if you look behind me, there's a chin-up bar there. I'm actually regulated into my son's room because of all the stuff that's been happening. My wife is a school teacher. She works at home. My other son is also working at home. So my office at my home is an open kind of concept. So I can't close the door. So when I get on these calls, my wife likes to tell me, I just pull the string in your back and you talk and you're annoying when you do it. So I'm regulated here, but I got all these personal trainers. I'm going to go up and probably do a couple of pull-ups here before we end here. I like to tell people that they say, how many chin-ups can you do? And I say, well, I do one after every call. And so then I end up doing like 30, pull-ups a day. So that's pretty good. I just do them one at a time. But anyways, it's good to be here with you guys. My name is Roger Hill. I actually work for Shackley. And I've been at Shackley for, it's been 8 full years now, 8 years in April. I guess what's interesting is well, Kelsey, I know you. I don't know you guys yet, but you're relatively new to Shackley. Is that safe to assume? Okay. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you why I decided that Shackley was the right place for me. I'll tell you that story, and then I'll tell you a few other things I think that are really cool about what's happening and how we can really leverage what we're doing here. But I think for someone who's new to Shackley, sometimes understanding why other people have made a decision to join Shackley can be can be pretty powerful. I made the decision to join Shackley 8 years ago. I have been in this industry. And when I say this industry, I mean this work from home industry, this nutritional supplement industry for a little over 20 years. Shackley is the fourth company that I've been with. And I tell you that because maybe I'm just not as smart as you guys, and you guys were able to figure out that Shackley was the right one if this is your first one to be part of. It took me 4 tries to figure out that Shackley was the right one. But let me go back to right before I joined Shackley, and just kind of resonate on what I was looking for when I joined. What was important to me, quite frankly, was the strength of the opportunity and the integrity of the company. The strength of the opportunity was important, and the integrity was both important to me, because I needed to be able to talk to people and say, hey, give me your time, your energy, your effort, and all the people and your contacts. And you know what, if you bring them to Shackley and share Shackley with them, that Shackley will be here for you for a long period of time. The reason that was important to me is the company I was at before I came to Shackley didn't do that. They didn't have the right integrity. And though I was there for 3 years, and though we had a tremendous amount of success, and we had people who went out and shared what we did, just like what we have here at Shackley, we didn't make it. And we didn't make it because the 2 founders of the company couldn't get along. So we had to go out and get legal counsel to install a new CFO, who came in and separated those 2 and ended up embezzling the money from Shackley. And I had to go to people like you and say, hey, thanks for your time, energy, effort, and contacts, but we no longer have a company for you. And so it was gut wrenching. It was heart wrenching. And so when I got a call from Shackley to evaluate Shackley, I said, okay, let me take a look at it. And those are the 2 important things, right? Integrity and strength of the opportunity. And so when I did that, part of my process of evaluating Shackley was actually going to the home office, meeting with the people who run Shackley and had were responsible for the integrity and the strength of the opportunity, and go through essentially an interview process. Part of that interview process was meeting with a guy by the name of Roger Barnett, who is the chairman and the CEO of Shackley. He's essentially the owner of Shackley. And what's interesting is, a typical interview is what happens is they will ask questions of you to determine whether you're qualified or not to be part of their company. I actually flipped that on its head, and I asked way more questions of them than they did me, specifically Roger Barnett. And I just had to understand unequivocally, down deep, that this was a guy who had the integrity and was going to do the right thing for all the people who are out there bringing their time, energy, effort, and contacts to this place to build a successful business. I just needed to know deep down that if someone made a decision to be part of Shackley and build a business with Shackley, that it would be here for them long term. So I asked a ton of questions. Now, I can't tell you what the question was that I asked to elicit this response from Roger, but I got this response from him. And his response to me was, Roger, listen, I feel a personal obligation to each and every person who makes a decision to join Shackley, that we give them the right tools so that they can have success if they so choose. Now, I'm not paraphrasing that. That is literally what he said. And it stuck with me and it resonated with me. And there were 2 words that, quite frankly, just stuck with me and still stick with me to this day. And that is personal obligation. When the owner of a company feels a personal obligation to each and every one of you, he understands that the most important piece of this puzzle and what we do here is all of you. And so I could get behind that. I could get behind that in a very big way. And I'm still here 8 years later. I made the decision to join. I'm still here 8 years later. And, quite frankly, I feel like I've, it took me, 3 other companies before I got to Shaklee. Shaklee is my 4th one. But so it took me some time, energy, and effort to figure out that this was the right place. But I know it's the right place. I know it's the right place because the integrity of this company, the integrity of what we do, the strength of the opportunity is all about you. We have, I go into, I haven't been into this conference room for a very long time because, it's been months anyways. But we have this particular conference room that we go into when we're in the home office. And it says, we have this banner across, the big whiteboard on the in this conference room. And it says, "What have you done for the people in the field today?" And it's just a constant reminder, always, that the most important piece of the puzzle is all of you. We have fantastic products; they work. I mean, I've used the Prove It. I've done the Prove It challenge. I've gotten great results on it. I've lost 35 pounds about a year ago, and I still hold it off because I made a massive commitment to just each and every day do the strip, do the shake, and do a little bit of exercise, and that's it. Like, I'm not a personal trainer like you guys. I'm not going to get in the octagon with you, but I just do, I just do a little bit, and it makes a massive difference. And kind of where we're at today, with all the things that are going on in our world. You guys are all in Colorado. I got a good buddy out there who owns a number of restaurants out there, and they're not doing great.
You probably know Roger's high school buddy. You guys been to Los Chingones ever?
Oh yeah, that's my spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, his buddy owns all those restaurants with Tag and Garden Grace. What's the Asian one? Fish or
Mr. Tuna.
Mr. Tuna.
Mr. Tuna is likely not going to make it after this close, after what's happening. But yeah, so they're not doing great. I mean, they've had to shut down, and I don't think they can actually open up. They're doing, some to-go orders and all that stuff. But anyways, with our current environment, I'm not trying to digress there. I'm just trying to say that there's a lot of people out there that are in situations where they're hurting. They're hurting for income. It's becoming ever so prevalent today that people need products to boost their immunity, so that they can stay healthy and they can, be away from this virus that's out there. And that's what Shaklee is, and that's what Shaklee has. So if there was ever a time that people needed what Shaklee has, it's right now. And so I go back to that strength of opportunity. I look at all those people in the restaurants, the people that are, not cutting your hair. They need something. They need some stability, some form of income for them to be able to do and just survive, essentially. And so, when I talk about strength of opportunity, one of the things I looked at when I joined here was, what is the compensation, right? And is it fair for people? Like, if they come in and they do a few things, can they actually make some significant income? And the answer was yes. But we've actually stepped it up in the last. I guess we launched it. I guess we launched it last month. We launched a stimulus plan, which does a couple things. Does several things actually. We have even before the stimulus plan, we have this thing called daily pay, where if you go out and share the Prove It challenge, you can earn $25 every time you do it, and we pay it daily. And if you did 3 of those in a month, you could double it. So you can earn $150 a month, pretty simple, by just going out and sharing the products. So we stepped it up, and we also said, you know what? To become a distributor at Shaklee, it's $49. Let's cut that in half for people for the stimulus plan. And let's tell people, if they just go out and they get 9 new people and 3 new distributors, let's guarantee them $1,000, right? Let's just guarantee them that income. They wouldn't normally earn that much. They'd earn, maybe $600 or $700, depending on what they did, but let's step it up and let's guarantee that, because we know that people need it. We know we got products that people want, help build their immunity, help lose weight, become healthier. That's what people need right now and want right now. But they also need and they also want an income. And if we could create a way where we could take the strength of our opportunity and strengthen it even more during a time when people need it, well, you know what? That's something we absolutely want to do. So we did it. And I'm super excited about it. Christine, you guys have probably talked about, all the elements and benefits of that. So I won't bore you with that. I only tell it to you because if I look at the evolution of my time at Shaklee, I will tell you that I came here based on integrity and strength of opportunity, and I'm consistently reminded of why I made a really good decision about coming here, because we continue to do the things that strengthen our opportunity, create the right integrity so that we can stand, I can sit on a Zoom call, I can stand up in front of a room of people, and I can know deep down in the pit of my stomach that what I'm telling someone, I'm coming to them at a point of integrity and truth. And I know that if they make a commitment and do the right things, sharing our products with people, and even if they don't share the products, if they just take our products, it's gonna be a benefit, because it's benefited me personally. There's so many stories of people where our products have benefited them, and they continue to benefit them. Well, we have this one product called Basic H, and I don't want to, but I literally wash my floors, my cars, and my dogs with it. Like all the one product, right? All the same stuff. So it's just, the integrity's there, the products are there. We continue to do the right thing to strengthen the opportunities, so that if you bring your time, your energy, your effort, and your contacts to this, and you share it with them, that this will be here for them. And that was really, really important to me. And then I look at, what are the things that people have to do in order to be successful here, and we call those the vital activities. And I won't spend a ton of time on this. We actually did a call on Monday. Maybe you guys all watched it. Jeff Hill, my name is Roger Hill. We are of no relation.
There's a lot of confusion in the Shaklee world. There's Roger Barnett, and then there's Roger Hill, and then Jeff Hill, and Jeff Pearson. You have to have one of those combinations of names, Roger, Hill, or Jeff.
Yeah.
Kristen's an outlier. So
yeah.
Now, you came on 8 years ago, right?
Yes.
So just, I know Emily popped in. What's your official role and position now?
It's so funny because I don't want to say my role has changed, but it's evolved as we've added talent here at Shaklee. But my role has always been, and I always want it to be, a guy who is out with you guys in the field. So my official title is Director of Sales for North America. Currently, I'm operating in the western part of North America because we've brought on some new talent, and we've put them in spots where they can benefit the east and the central regions. But my official title is Director of Sales for North America.
We met about 7 years ago. I thought your role was at Shaklee National Conference. It's about 5,000 to 7,000 people annually, except this year. Roger, I thought, was just the bouncer that kept. They used to have this under 40s party at night. They went out like the Mirage nightclub or a pool bar. And I think I was 42 and I was pissed. And so was Christine. And we're like, no. And so he was the bouncer. And so for about 3 years, when they had this under 40s party, he would let us in. So I thought that's what his job was.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I stayed with Shaklee. I thought, if this guy will let me into the under 40s party, I'm in. And so, but that's one of the reasons I'm in with Shaklee as well the last couple of years, double down, is guys like you. I think there's great leadership. And as we want to be that to you, Brandon, and Austin, and Emily, and Kelsey, Roger is that to all of us. A resource, a leadership. He'll fly out here when he's allowed to by government regulation. He met Kelsey last year, right when she was brand new. And so I appreciate you, and so I'm grateful for you. And sorry I interrupted, because I want you to share about the vital Vitalize.
Yeah, no problem. But I'll, the 40 and under party, we've kind of done away with that. We've actually incorporated that into one big party. But I was always, the bouncer is not the right word, is I was always the life of the party. So they would always make sure that I was there. And
Give
so
me the drink coupons. When I was drinking, you would just
give me the drink coupons and let them all in, and then we'll have some fun. So yeah, that's my role, life of the party at those things. But yeah, so the vital behaviors, I'll touch on that because there's, and all of you are in Shaklee, right? You're already
Austin.
Oh,
Tell us
not
about
yet.
not yet. Okay. Emily, are you part of Shaklee? You're part of Shaklee, and Brandon's part of Shaklee. Don't jump off that bridge though, Brandon.
Emily's been part for a couple of years. She is right on the corner of director, so she's
Nice.
close. Kelsey's probably right there as well, and Brandon joined 6 days ago.
Wow. Okay. So a couple of a couple of people who've been here chugging at it for a bit, and one who's brand new, and one who is about ready to kick me in the face if I don't get off the phone here or off the call here real quick. Yeah. So I'll tell you this. And I'll keep this as simple as humanly possible. If you want to leverage the Shaklee opportunity, the ability to go share this with people and earn income, there's really only two things that you need to know. Okay. Number one is we share products with other people to give them the ability to create a healthier lifestyle. And number two is we share the opportunity with people. And that's it. And if we understand that, those are just the two things that we need to focus on, we can maximize all the different ways that you can, make a living at Shaklee. Even if you just wanted Shaklee to be a vehicle for you to, get great products and share it with enough people so that you didn't really have to pay for your products. You can do that too. But there's certain things that people do in Shaklee to build a business, and we've narrowed it down to really three things that are vital in order to have success in this business. And if you put it into these two buckets of sharing products and sharing the opportunity, I think that you'll find that this is that this is pretty simple. Okay, the first vital activity is to connect, invite, and follow up with new people. Okay, and what I mean by connect is that you connect with people, you establish and you develop a relationship with someone so that you have their trust, so that you can invite them to something like this, like a call like this, right? So that they can learn more about Shaklee. And then you follow up with them to see how this can fit into their lifestyle, and is this a benefit for them? Whether it's just eating our products and being healthier, or it's going out and sharing this with other people so that they can, especially in a time when we really need it, that they can actually earn some income doing it. Okay. So the first behavior is actually really three, but it's all about new people. You connect with new people, establish a relationship, you invite them to something like this, and then you follow up with them to see how this can work for them. The second one is to love and use Shaklee. Okay. Now that might sound really simple, right? Love and use Shaklee. Well, you know what? I use the products every day and I love them. Okay. So I love and use Shaklee, but it's more than that. It's plugging in. It's being part of a community and a team, which you guys are all a part of a community and a team right here, right now on tonight's call. Okay. But at Shaklee, we do that as well. We have groups. We have a work from anywhere group. We have a healthy at home group, Facebook groups, ways for you to be able to plug in, see what other people are doing, hear some of the stories, from other people, and just be plugged into all things Shaklee. Make Shaklee just part of who you are, right? So again, new people, connect, invite, and follow up, plug into everything that is Shaklee. That includes what you're doing with your team. And then the third vital activity is invest in personal development. And you know what? It's so important, guys. I mean, you guys are all doing personal development in terms of you know, because I think all of you guys are like trainers or, you know, MMA guys or whatever, but so you guys are all, you know, plugged into investing into your personal development, to your bodies. But we're talking about personal development to your mind as well. Okay, the ability for you to just plug in and read. You know, I mean, there's books, great books out there. This month, what we're doing is, hey, if you sponsor a new person, you get part of the motivational tips from our Jeff Hill, and you're going to be on a call with Ty Dribble next month, which is our way of creating that personal development for you to plug into. I'm not going to tell you what the right things are to plug into, but I know Christine and Steve have done a great job with that, and they can recommend some things for you guys. So I'll leave it at that, and let you guys recommend what you think has been really relevant to you, because I think that's super important. But anyway, so that's it. I know this is a 30-minute call, and like I said, I've taken up the entire 30 minutes, so my apologies to that. Listen, I can hang around for a few more minutes if you guys have any questions that you want to ask or whatever. But I really just wanted to share with you why I think Shaklee is so important. I think it's relevant to new people who are here. Talk about, you know, the integrity, the strength of the opportunity, and what we're doing right now to really increase the strength of that opportunity, and then just the vital behaviors in our business, and just to give you guys just a little peek into, you know, what is Shaklee.
Any questions for Roger or for anybody?
Thank you, Roger. That was great.
Yeah.
I guess I have a question. Out of all the people that you reach out to, what's kind of the percentage of people that you get a response from, as far as sharing the product and everything?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah, or just anyone in general.
Yeah. Why don't you guys share that?
I think it's a combination, Austin. I think there's getting that flywheel to start moving. So if someone, myself, were to say, Austin, if you invite 50 people, you're going to build a business, I'm really setting you up for failure. But if I say, if you start building those 3 vital behaviors, if I start connecting with people, I'm inviting, I'm connecting, and I'm following up, but I'm also personifying the love, the product, the concepts, the business of Shaklee, and I'm personally developing, you're starting to move the flywheel in any sales organization. If you were a realtor, I'd say in your first year, if you were to contact 100 people, you'd probably fail at 99 of them. But by the time your 3rd year happens and you're building that machine, that flywheel, Good to Great book, I forget the author out of Boulder, Jim Collins. It's the flywheel concept. If you start moving, especially in a sales organization, you've got to start moving this 2,000-pound stone. But it's not going to be successful right away. But as you start building those people through connecting them through social media, email campaigns, through the gym, through inviting to things like this or to events when we're live, you'll start to see that momentum going. And that percentage will go higher. Just like if you're in a financial advisor organization, they say 98% of financial advisors that go work for Waddell and Reed, for Northwestern Mutual, fail. Yet those 2% guys are the ones that stick with the sales organization and keep working it, relationships, doing those 3 vital activities, behaviors, will begin to see that percentage higher. So when Christine invites people now, because there's this massive following of people she doesn't know. I have a cousin that's extremely overweight up in Idaho. I haven't seen her probably in 26 years. Yet she commented on Christine's post 2 or 3 days ago. There are thousands of people that are watching. So when Christine puts an opportunity for a Zoom call or an event, or next week for the Prove It Challenge, and people are starting the cleanse again, and she just called, what'd you call, about 50 people this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think too, it's like I reached out to a lot of different people, and I think my percentage is getting higher. So your question is great.
Yeah, Austin. Like 45% of the people this week responded and said, yes, I want to be part of a cleanse or a new group starting here soon. That's a high percentage. But if you were to do that now, people would go, you might see 2 or 3. Kelsey, what's your experience? You've been in this for about 8 months.
Gosh, has it been that long already? That's crazy. Yeah, I think at the beginning it was tough, you know, just because like it's all so new and like you're trying to know all these products, but yet you're still trying to like love on people and like sharing it with them. So at the beginning, yeah, it was tough, but I took the Prove It challenge. I see what it did. I love the products. So I feel like once you go through that, then you have an understanding of like what Shaklee is and what it does for you, that you just want to share it with everybody because it did such amazing things for you that you want everybody to feel this way. So at the beginning, it was a little tough to get people, but now it's easier to talk about with people. It's more of like an easier conversation. You just want to love on them and you're not trying to sell them something.
Yeah, I'll add a couple things to that. I would tell you it just kind of depends. And what I mean by that is it depends on, you know, who you're inviting. Because Austin, truthfully, there's probably like, you know, 5 to 10 people in your life that you could go to and say, do this, and they would do it because they know you and they know that you're going to recommend them something that's really cool. Now you start going and talking on social media to people who you're not as close to, the percentages will go down. I'll tell you this though, it's important for people generally don't buy Shaklee because we're so cool at Shaklee. They buy Shaklee because of you. And so I think that the most, like Kelsey was talking about, you know, she went through the product experience and she was able to come from it, you know, a place of, you know, trust and experience. This is what happened for me. I think that people see that, they realize that it's authentic, and the percentage of people go up when you've created your own story. That's not to say that you can't start without creating your own story. I joined Shaklee without ever trying products. I joined because I knew the strength of the opportunity and the integrity was right. I figured the products were pretty good because the company had been around for 60 years, and you know, what company can withstand 60 years if their products aren't good? So I came from it from that perspective, but it kind of depends where you're, you know, who you're talking to, where you're getting those people from. But I think to Kelsey's point, always, I think it's really good to come at it from a experience perspective, because people buy Shaklee because of you, not because of Shaklee.
Yep, that makes sense. For sure.
Yeah, because they know who you are. You're genuine, Austin. They know your story. Those people that know you, and they trust you. I mean, I've had people say, I've tried it because I believe in you, Christine. I believe in you would try something that would work for your family, would be safe, would be healthy. Yeah, and so, and the cool thing is, I'm like, you're never out. Like if they tried it and they didn't like it, I'm like, it's all good. We're still friends. If you don't like it, you try it. You get a, you know, money, you know, 100% money back guarantee, because Shaklee just stands behind their products. So
That's a really good point. It's like a no risk opportunity.
And because I've trained people and I'd see people in the gym, I'm like, hey, you know, I will order this for you. So I'll order it. You Venmo me. You try. If you like it, I'll set you up and have you start ordering it for yourself. You know, so I offer options for people.
Kelsey's a pretty good example. She took the Prove It challenge. She looks great. I lost about 25, 30 pounds the last time I took it. Roger, you're down about 35 pounds. Almost my mom and dad, who are in their 70s. I think it might have been the first time my dad ever ate that many vegetables in his life in 7 days. He dropped about 15, 20 pounds, and they've kept it off. So it doesn't matter if you're fit or you're old, just walking their dog every day. The personal testimonies are what's contagious. And I think more now than ever in my experience in Shaklee and watching Christine, Shaklee responses are higher. People are buying in quicker, jumping into the business faster. One, because of the Prove It challenge, there's packaging and concepts. The immunity pack that they've made available just recently is very heightened. People are buying that because it's like, I need to build my immunity system, as well as the stimulus plan. So if I'm sharing two things, Roger talked about those two buckets, I'm sharing the product and the business opportunity. Now more so, and Roger, you know, 8 years, I've watched for 8 years, played harder for 2. Now more than ever, it's easier to sign someone as a business leader And it's easier now than ever to have someone jump into products that actually radically change their lives. And so back in the day, you sold a cleaner.
Yeah.
And you'd have to sell a gazillion bottles of a cleaner to make a living. And there are people that are making 300 grand a year now because they started their business back in the 60s selling a cleaner like twice a year. But they built it. Nowadays, we get to sell something that's reusable every month, and it's changing people's health and wellness. So it's now is better than it's ever been. And then Roger Barnett just said, you know what, let's just throw another $10 million to make the business opportunity better than it's ever been. And I appreciate Roger Hill here, because for about 18 months, you've been banging the drum. I remember sitting in Mr. Tuna, you saying we've got to make the business opportunity easier, faster, quicker for people to jump in and then to multiply and make money. And no less than 6 months later, you launched the Prove It Challenge. No less than 6 months after that, really, you launched the Immunity Challenge and the Stimulus Plan. So you've been banging that drum for a couple of years. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. I'll tell you another good piece about this, guys, too, is in many respects, this is a transfer spend. So when you're talking to customers, you're not asking them to make room in their life for something that they're not already doing. The Prove It Challenge, a big part of the Prove It Challenge is a meal replacement. Like, I mean, if you just said, you know, you spend $5 a meal, and you know, you're take that dollars that you're spending on a meal and replace it with a healthy shake and a strip, and then, you know, you mentioned the cleaners and some of the other products that people are buying at Target and Walmart today. Like, why not take those dollars that they're giving someone else and buy it from themselves? So anyways, I think the opportunity is real. The integrity is right. The putting our money where our mouth is and saying, let's get people started in a time when they absolutely need it. So it's really cool. Any other questions? Thank you for that question, Austin.
Yep.
We gave you a really long-winded answer.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Brandon, how about you? Any questions, or Kelsey?
Nah, I'm good. I just Kelsey's supposed to help me set up the website, so and then go on from there. So I think I'm
Yep, you're in that 3-month window to make $2,000.
oh, let's do it.
Yep, 1,000 to do, and you're going to find 2 other people to do it just like yourself in the next 3 or 4 months, and you'll be sitting on $2 grand.
And the good news is, if you're sitting on $2 grand, what you've done is you've built a solid base of your business that will continue to pay you each and every month. So that's super cool. And I'll just tell you guys, Austin and Brandon, you got a great team here. You got fantastic leaders who are committed. And I'll jump on calls with you guys anytime you need me.
Awesome. Any other final questions? We want to always honor your time. We don't want to ever go that long.
That was great.
Thank you so much.
Roger, thanks for jumping on with us.
You got it, guys. Hey, thank you.
Thanks, man. Nice talking to you. Nice meeting you, buddy.
Nice meeting you too. I look forward to the time when I can come and actually
Yes.
do this in a bar.
Awesome. I like that idea.
All right, guys.
I'll need to send an email.
Take care.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thanks,
now.
Roger.